What's good? It's your boy Byron the Investor, and guess what? We got my people in here with me, man. I got my homie. You know what I'm saying? O'Neal.
What up?
Talk to him, man.
What's up, everybody? O'Neal Parker, real estate entrepreneur on Instagram. Here with my boy Byron and Ed. Ed, the man right here.
Yes,
over 200 doors. So first question I got for you is, how you knew corporate America wasn't for you, and how did you exit?
Nah, I just knew from the jump it wasn't for me. I grew up as a kid around all entrepreneurs, and as soon as I got, I got the great job that everybody talks about. You know, they say you want to go into corporate America, you want that 401k,
right.
You want them benefits, right? So I was in there.
It sounds good though.
Yeah. And until it ain't.
So what kind of what kind of job you had?
So I work at an engineering company as a project manager.
Gotcha.
I did that for 8 years. 6-figure income, the whole nine. Everything that they say is supposed to be the American dream.
Sound like a dream. I was about to say it.
What made you feel like it wasn't that dream? Like,
fulfilling.
100K, fulfilling,
You know, just not having that freedom and flexibility to do what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Asking somebody permission to be able to, go spend time with your family, or hey, I got this graduation or event coming up. I'm standing in somebody else's office, like pleading and making excuses to be able to go spend time with my family. Like that just didn't sit right with me as a man. So
I feel that.
So Ed, like that transition period from moving from like corporate America, like how did you do that whole transition?
So that was all a part of my strategy. It was strategic, man. When I knew at least 9 months to a year before I left that I was done. You go into corporate America, you're not 100% yourself. It's a different conversation. It's a different group of people, and you don't wear your clothes the same way. You don't have that same swag.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I could only cage that beast for so long.
So you saying you plan your exit? Like explain like what that mean? Like how you plan
your
exit of a job? Like how you do that?
So like me being a project manager, I'm used to managing like 3,000 people and controlling everything that they got going on, where they need to be, what's going on. So to plan one little small aspect, that was very simple for me. So when I just knew, like, hey, I'm out of here, so I started stacking my bread so I could be able to get into a property. Right?
Yeah.
I knew that whole part. I knew I needed the capital to get going, so I made sure I stayed below my budget, made sure I just stacked my bread and kept it like that. And then when I got to the point where I knew I had enough money, I was like, let me go do my first deal. I know what's going on in the economy. I know what's going on in the market. It was times similar to this, right? Oil and gas is going down. You could kind of feel it coming, right?
Right.
So I knew, and I started just strategically saying, hey, from now on, when they ask me to do something that I'm not really feeling,
like a certain project,
I'm gonna just be me.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be able to do it. So if they told me, hey, we need you to relocate for a certain project, I'd be like, hey, I think we got somebody else on the team that would be a better fit. Cause I'm not gonna be able to do it.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
So you was able to set yourself up like some type of severance? Or?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I had on top of the severance, right? I had just been stacking my PTO, not really using it. So I had like 11 weeks of PTO.
Wow.
And so when I cashed out, I was good.
You
know
what
I'm saying? Project I had already got out in the game where I was able to see like, hey, I can do this. I don't have to be afraid. I started working those bugs out while I was there. And I had the job to support me while I had the extra money just in case something didn't go right. So I went out there to test the waters. And then from there, I was like, oh, I got this.
All right, so tell me this. You got you started with the duplex. You got the 2 single families. How you shifted from, single families, duplexes to apartment buildings, and how big was the apartment building, and
Yeah, so that's all in your strategy and your coaching, man. I went out to Detroit. I spent 3 months in Detroit. Like I told you, I had the freedom and flexibility to move. That was always what was most important to me. So my wife is from Detroit. So I was like, man, I think it would be dope to go out to Detroit. I hear the houses are cheap out there. I'm gonna go out there and get me I thought I was gonna buy a couple of blocks of house.
Yeah,
Like I really
yeah.
wasn't ready
To
for
jump into
apartments
it,
yet,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
'Cause I thought that
Thought
was
you wasn't ready.
like 40, 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
well, 50 or 60, not
Exactly.
even 40.
At
Right?
what age you bought your first one?
30. I'm 34 now. I'll be 35 tomorrow.
Oh,
But yeah, at
Happy
33.
Happy birthday, man.
Be there in
Yeah, I
advance. You know what I
appreciate
mean?
that.
Well, getting old, man. So you was 35. How big was the first apartment that you got?
72 units.
Oh shit.
Wow. So you
So went from
Now let's back up though, right?
yeah.
So I'm in Detroit. I'm looking for single family homes, but I'm out there. I'm like, man, this Detroit is a little
you know,
rougher
Yeah,
than I
yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I'm questioning
good.
my wife now. I'm like, this what you be
Sure, bro.
yeah.
this what you know. So anyway, we out there, we riding around, and my coach, who's done over $2 billion worth of real estate transactions in the city of Detroit alone.
Wow.
So we talking about casinos,
Everything.
full on communities, hotels, the whole nine.
Wow.
I'm sitting in a room with this guy for 90 days, and he pulling in all kind of city council members, just
you paying
everybody.
Yeah, about his ex.
I know that one.
I don't know. I don't think he want his prices. Out there. That's why I ain't gonna just-
Well, we ain't gonna put his
This
name
ain't
out there. But I'm just
A lot of people scared to invest.
So,
Somebody,
so,
you know?
so I'll put it to you like this: like
Yeah.
the best coaches cost
Cost
more,
money.
right?
Yeah.
And,
10,000
and
plus.
and you need to be ready to make a double-digit investment
double digit.
in order to do that. And
Yeah.
on top of that, like I said, I relocated to the city,
Wow.
right? So.
So you relocated just for the coaching
Just
purpose
for
to
the,
be
just for
one-on-one?
the coaching, cause I went out there. I said, "Look, I'm gonna buy some real estate in this city.
Yeah.
I need to know it.
Yeah.
Not
That-
like
that's
just
a
flying
commitment.
in and out.
Yeah.
That's a commitment.
yeah.
'Cause a lot of people, you know, they're comfortable staying around their family members. They don't want to switch locations. So,
Oh,
damn,
yeah,
that's
you gotta
big.
get out your comfort zone. Ain't nobody comfortable with 72 doors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're gonna stretch
Yeah.
yourself a little bit on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You're gonna
So
stretch
tell me
your
that.
money, everything.
Tell me this. You went when you got that 72 doors. What type of headaches came with that 72 doors? Because I know if you got a good deal, usually the better the deal,
The motor problem.
the more the problem. But we welcome the problems as investors because you
Problems
know
come
the
with
problems come with
profit.
profit.
Yeah.
Straight up,
I ain't had no problem. No, not
none.
one.
So you bought it
It's
and
all-
had people.
It's all about your strategy going in. I think that's
Okay.
what people fail. You know,
Okay.
like when you come to a project, before you put your money in, you know the game plan for it, right? I'm not spending $1 until we know everything down to the penny. What we going to do? What is our strategy? This is a business.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
get with your team, y'all come up with a plan, and then y'all execute the
Whole
plan.
strategy. This is what
Wow.
we're doing, right? And all the way down to who's the management company. You know, who's gonna go in and assess the AC units, the whole not like everything.
Wow.
We move as a squad. Boom, boom, boom. And it's not no one man thing. It's a real corporation. This is who makes these decisions. This is how you make those decisions. Anything
You gotta follow the
above-
process.
Your SOPs.
It's a whole process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not. It's like certain things that
You
I don't
weren't
even.
winging it.
It's certain things that I don't even.
But
make
how do you
decisions on.
how did you know what decisions that you weren't supposed to be making and the decisions that you was supposed to be making? How did you get there
From my coach.
from your coach?
The coach showed me what to look for, right?
Got you.
And then I came into the situation saying, hey, if we don't have this, I'm not doing the deal.
Got you.
Right.
Got you.
If it don't meet certain criteria that you're
Right.
looking
So
for.
so when we talked earlier about added value, right? We look for Class C projects, right? We want something that is a low C. It's been kind of run down, and we come in. So I'm not going to look for your top of the line projects. You know, like
Next to
a Class
Starbucks.
A startup.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Right? I'm going to look for something that's a Class C that can use some TLC. You can come in, you can fix things. We can tweak the operations.
Yeah.
Right? We can come in with our management process, and we can make everything function and flow well. And that's the added value. Then we look for opportunities to maybe find more money in adding parking or you know, increasing efficiencies with the water flow and stuff like that. Like because I'm an engineer, I can get down in
to
the weeds.
yeah.
your
And you're a numbers guy too, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So
That's your thing,
Yeah. I can dig it. All right, so you went from single family to apartment complex, right? What are some of the, I would say, the growing pains you experience in that process?
Mindset is one of the biggest things, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Stop doubting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you tell yourself, like, man, I'm from South Park.
Yeah.
Right? So, for those
I
of
grew
y'all,
up South Park too.
there we go.
Yeah.
Right off of Belford and Company.
Yeah, man. You know, I'm off Long Meadow. You know what
Sorry,
I
fellas,
mean?
I can't relate.
Yeah.
So it's this constant battle within.
Yeah.
You know? So you telling yourself, like, man, this how they gonna look at me, this how they gonna judge me, this what they gonna think of me when I get there. Well,
Family members for sure.
you gotta change all that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we the first ones. And we young.
Tell me this, man. Where can anybody reach out to you if they need to get with you on some coaching, maybe, or whatever they need? You know, even if just some advice.
Yeah, you could catch me on Instagram. I'm at Ed Davis the Mogul.
Ed Davis the Mogul.
Yeah, I'm new to the gram, so
Yeah.
so I'm
Man, need to follow, man.
adjusting to this whole process. So
Hit that follow button for sure, man.
yeah.
Learn from the best. Man, I appreciate you, man.
And I appreciate you,
No
man.
doubt,
Thanks for
man.
having me.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
I
you too,
appreciate
man.
that, man.
Peace.